In the early 1800s, a military formation appeared in southern Africa that military historians still study today. No guns, no European weapons, no horses, just thousands of warriors moving in perfect coordination surrounding enemies so fast they had no time to react. It was called the Bullhorn Formation, and it was so devastatingly effective that when the British Empire finally faced it, they lost 1,300 soldiers in a single morning, one of the worst military defeats in British history. That formation was invented by a boy who was mocked, abandoned, and called worthless his entire childhood. His name was Shaka Zulu. Shaka was born around 1787 in what is now KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. His father was Senzanga Kona, chief of the Zulu clan. His mother was Nandi, a woman his father never properly married. Shaka was illegitimate. In Zulu culture, that meant shame. His father eventually drove both Nandi and Shaka out of the clan entirely. They wandered from village to village unwanted, mocked, surviving on the charity of strangers. Other children called him names. They laughed at his absent father. They laughed at his mother. Shaka stored every single insult. He would spend the rest of his life making the world pay for them. As a young man, Shaka came under the protection of King Dingiswayo of the Mthethwa, one of the most powerful rulers in the region. Dingiswayo saw something in Shaka that his own father had thrown away. He trained him, he gave him command, he let him test ideas. And Shaka used every opportunity to study warfare, not just how it was done, but how it could be completely reinvented. He had one obsession. How do you make an army unstoppable? He was about to find out. When Shaka took command, he immediately tore apart everything Zulu warriors had ever known about fighting. The long throwing spear discarded. You throw a spear, you are unarmed. Shaka gave his warriors a short stabbing spear, the Ikalwa, so they had to get close and stay deadly. Sandals banned. Barefoot warriors could run faster and further. Then came his greatest invention, the Bullhorn Formation. A central regiment charged the enemy head-on. Two flanking regiments, the horns sprinted wide around both sides simultaneously, encircling the enemy completely before they could escape. It was not just a tactic, it was a system for total destruction. No army in southern Africa had seen anything like it. In 1816, Shaka's father, Chief Senzanga Kona, died. The father who had abandoned him, who had thrown out his mother, who had let other children mock his own son for years. Shaka marched back to the Zulu clan with Dingiswayo's warriors behind him. He eliminated the rivals who stood in his way, and he sat down on the throne of the clan that had called him worthless. He was 29 years old. The Zulu clan at that point had perhaps 1,500 people. Within a decade, it would have hundreds of thousands. What followed was one of the most rapid military expansions in African history. Shaka campaigned relentlessly, absorbing defeated clans into his army, rather than simply destroying them. His army grew with every victory. Each conquered people became Zulu warriors, fighting under his bullhorn. Within 10 years, Shaka had transformed a tiny clan into a kingdom of over 250,000 people, with an army of 40,000 elite warriors. The upheaval he caused, called the Mfikane, meaning the crushing, displaced millions of people across southern Africa. He did not just win wars, he redesigned an entire continent's map. Shaka was not just a warrior, he was a nation builder. He organized his army into age regiments Ibutho, where young men lived, trained, and fought together from adolescence, building bonds of loyalty that went beyond tribe or family. He created a centralized government that brought dozens of previously separate clans under one Zulu identity. He established trade networks and cattle systems that built the kingdom's economic foundation. The Zulu nation he created did not just survive him, it survived the British Empire. Shaka himself died in 1828, assassinated by his own half-brothers, but the kingdom he built lived on. By 1879, the British Empire had decided the Zulu kingdom was in their way. They sent an ultimatum to King Cetshwayo Shaka's nephew, demanding the Zulus disband their army. Cetshwayo refused. The British invaded with 15,000 soldiers, the most powerful military force in the world at that time. They were absolutely certain it would be over quickly. They had never faced Shaka's bullhorn. On January 22, 1879, at the hill of Isandlwana, 20,000 Zulu warriors appeared over the ridge. They executed Shaka's bullhorn formation exactly as he had designed it 50 years earlier. The British had rifles, they had cannons, they had the most advanced military technology in the world. It did not matter. The horns moved too fast. The encirclement was complete before the British could regroup. 1,329 British soldiers were killed in a single morning. It was the worst defeat the British Army suffered in the entire Victorian era. Against warriors with spears, using tactics invented by a boy who had been called worthless. After defeating the Zulu kingdom in later battles, the British did what colonial powers always do. They rewrote the story. Shaka was portrayed as a bloodthirsty tyrant, a savage, a mad king. The military genius that invented tactics still studied in war colleges today was buried under the image of a monster. The Battle of Isandlwana, where African warriors with spears defeated the most powerful army in the world, was reframed as a fluke, an anomaly, not a testament to African military brilliance. They could not allow the world to see what Shaka really was: a military genius, a nation builder, and proof that Africa did not need saving. Today, the Zulu nation numbers over 12 million people, the largest ethnic group in South Africa. The royal house Shaka established still exists. The Zulu king is still recognized. Every year, millions of Zulu people celebrate their culture, their history, and their identity, tracing it all back to the rejected boy who built everything from nothing. There is a statue of Shaka at Kwadukuza, spear raised, eyes forward in the land his father tried to deny him. They called him worthless. He built a nation that outlasted an empire. If this story changed how you see Africa, share it. The world needs to know that the continent they called primitive produced military geniuses that defeated empires. Subscribe to Africa Untold. We are telling every single one of these stories. Drop a comment. Did you know the Zulu defeated the British Empire at Isandlwana? Drop a 1 or 2 below 1 if you knew 2, if this just changed everything.